The White Hawk returns. Wow. This volume of Berserk, I want to tell you, this is my second favorite volume I have read of Berserk. My first favorite is definitely volume 13. Volume 21, damn. This conclusion of this arc, my god, this was an amazing volume. I think I need to say it more. Berserk, greatness. Duh, greatness. Berserk, greatness. That is exactly what this volume is. I don't know if it's just me, but did the artwork improve? Like, there is a lot of art in this volume that just looks incredibly beautiful. Like, way more than previous volumes. Like, this, look how graphic this looks. I'll back it up where you can see. Look at how, like, grisly and gritty this looks like as, you know, dark, despair, and malice. You can feel the hatred, technically, if you're reading this. I don't know if you could feel it through my review, but when I read this, I felt the despair and malice in some of these pages, as always. But it's on a different level. With the artwork that was used, like this, oh my god. That shit was hype. So fucking hype. Oh my god, Mazgus versus Guts. Oh my god. I'll get into that in just a moment. But this artwork is just ridiculous. Like, look at this. Look at this. I'm just turning pages and this shit looks that good. Oh my god. Seriously, that is just how amazing. Like, this right here. Look at this shit. Look at this. Next page. You see this artwork? That is ridiculous. Kintaro, my god, man. You outdid yourself with this volume. Oh my god. This volume was just, oh. This volume. I'm just gonna be, I want to say this right now. My rating already for this, I want to be honest, is 20 out of fucking 10. It is high. High as I will possibly go. This shit. This greatness right here I'm holding in my hand. If there's anything I would never get rid of off my shelf, it would definitely be Berserk. I would never give my Berserk volumes up. Seriously. I'd lose my arm for Berserk. Or I probably wouldn't go that far. But I mean, still, I wouldn't give up my Berserk volumes. It'd be hard for me too. Because this series continues to impress me by the volume. You'd think after you get so far into it, the series would kind of die down and not impress you as much as it did when you first started, let alone the peak point of Volume 13, but no, it gets fucking better. This volume is the essence of badassness. I'm not joking. This volume, man. Some of the artwork, like this, the God Hand symbolism, oh my god. Just some of the artwork that is displayed in this, like with Griffith's revival. I'm scared to see, like, I'm scared to know how long it probably takes to draw some of this stuff. As I've said before, some of this stuff just terrifies me, how hard it must be to actually draw. I mean, the overall presentation of the artwork, like, look at this. The presentation of this, with the people falling, the crumbling of the tower, the way the artwork is, it looks crazy. And then, like, the next page right after that, like, look at how the smoke is drawn, like, the smoke and all that. I don't usually show you all the artwork, but I have to show you the artwork of this volume, because the artwork did a massive jump in quality in this volume. I want to say right now, the artwork is way better than previous volumes. I mean, the artwork was already fucking godlike as it is, in terms of symbolism, the way it foreshadowed things, and the way technically my theory I foreshadowed in volume 17 actually proved to be true with this volume. Just the way the artwork symbolizes what is going to go down, and the way it's drawn, and just the nature of it, you could feel the emotions of the mangaka through the art. And it takes a very skilled person to actually do this, to replicate emotions through drawings without words. And that right there is just in of itself a win, and that is godlike. Moving past the art, let's get into the beef of this volume. Now that I've showed you some examples of the artwork, I can talk about the volume. I want to dive into Mozgus versus Guts. That fight. I wish I could see this animated. I wish I could see that animated. That fight would be fucking amazing if it had the budget of, like, Ufotable doing Fate Stay Night. Imagine the animation of Mozgus versus Guts. How amazing that would look. That nature in the backgrounds, when you see Mozgus and Guts fighting it out, and you see Mozgus doing his fucking, like, stone-type lizard wings at Guts and beating the shit out of him, and you see the gritty backgrounds with the freaking, like, malice coming in and swarming all around, eating people. Just the way that fight looked. Oh, in of itself, the artwork, by itself, breathtaking. The fight, the hype, the way it ended, the way you see Guts fighting Mozgus, that shit, man. Oh my god. When you see, dude, Mozgus is, like, saying scriptures and stuff, he's just talking in a godly sense, like, Val shall die, repent, and all that. Like, the life of one witch, is it really worth tens of thousands of people below there? And the way you see him, like, a demonstration of his wing, when he folds his wing out, and you see all these people down below the wall of the Tower of Conviction, and you see this black fucking malice coming from the distance, coming after these people. He's like, is these people worth the life of one witch? I'm like, dude, this looks so, oh my god. Just, the way that looked and the presentation of the fight in of itself was badass. It just, that shit was the meaning of Hop. Oh my god. The way Guts finished him off, and what actually was done in the fight, shocked me. The different things that Guts did in this fight took me back. There was a reference to judo in this fight between Mozgus and Guts. Judo's sword throwing, how he used to do his little daggers. Guts replicates this and does this to Mozgus and stabs him in the eye to save himself. That was definitely a shout out to judo. And that's sad. It has so much meaning if you think about it in that fight, and I'm like, holy shit, that's sad. And then when you see the bit when Guts just stabs him and lifts him up over his head and throws him down in the middle of the crowd of people below, I was just like, dude, can you get any more badass Guts? Like, seriously, by the volume, Guts is becoming one of my favorite male characters of all fucking time. It's not just because of his tragic backstory, his past, what Griffith did to him, his band of hawks, what happened when he was a child getting raped. None of that stuff. It's not just that alone. But by the volume, the amount of development Guts has gotten in this arc is truly stunning. In this volume, with this fight, with Mozgus, Guts goes under some major development. And even at the end of the volume, after the fight, the development is real. Oh my god. You would think Guts' development would, like, tap out. You'd think it'd tap out after the eclipse. But no. It didn't. It continues to develop Guts' character by the volume. This arc, from what I could see that it's set up with Guts' personality, the overall main aspect of this arc, the Tower of Conviction arc, the main thing you can get from Guts is the development from him. Besides Griffith being revived and the things going on with Zod and the different other aspects that's just building up a lot of shit going down, pretty much. But there was one major thing that this arc brought. Guts has developed into a person that had to choose. I stated this a couple times in my past reviews. Guts had to choose between vengeance or rescue. Vengeance or rescue. Save the one he loves, Casca, or kill and get revenge against the one that took everything away from him. Will Guts sacrifice everything that is already left? Or Guts forget his vengeance for the time being for however long to save the one he loves? That is the development Guts got in this volume. He quelled his rage, this vengeance, this path of vengeance he's had that's kept his feet moving since volume 14 and 13. His path, his dream. Guts technically is kind of like Griffith in this certain sense. Let me explain why. Here, I could be completely wrong, but there's a lot of correlations with Guts' development in this arc compared to Griffith. Griffith stated when he was transforming into the God Hand, I remember, he said the only person that made him forget his dream was Guts. And it seems like Casca is having a similar effect to Guts. Guts is technically forgetting his dream to be with Casca. You see what I mean here? See where I'm going? Pretty much, Guts is giving up his dream to be with Casca. So, there's a lot of similarities between Guts and Griffith at the moment, with this overall aspect with this dream. And I'm curious what is going to happen in the future in story. Since there's connections like this, is Guts going to choose the same path that Griffith chose? Is he going to sacrifice Casca? But, moving past that, besides development of Guts, and technically Casca along with him since he's going to be protecting her, there's a little bit of dialogue you can get at the end of this volume from Luca. One character I'm still trying to overall figure out the aspect of her in this series, but I will talk about her in just a moment. She states in these words that I know for a fact are obvious foreshadowing. Obvious foreshadowing is fucking obvious. It is different to protect someone with strength than it is to be with someone. For instance, Guts can protect someone because he's powerful, but it's different to be with someone. Those words have a lot of weight. I know for a fact, I can tell. And this scares me. Scares me a lot, because Guts has walked a path of vengeance for years. It's been like 3 or 4 years. How many years? I don't think it's ever been confirmed, but it's been a lot of years since he became the Black Swordsman on his path of vengeance, hunting down demons. And it's been a long time since he chilled and wind down, and even been with Casca. And so, yeah, it'll be a lot different for him to be with someone instead of protecting someone. So, we'll have to see where that goes. Moving on. Now that I passed the overall Moscus, the way he was defeated with the bombs, by his faith alone, the irony in that, oh my god, that just, dude. Shit. Just damn. Okay. The ending. I want to talk about that. The ending with Zod bowing before Griffith. Duh fuck. Zod, one of the strongest demons I have seen in this series, that is slaughtered demons. I've seen first face-to-face, Zod slaughter some demons, fucking rips him in half above his head. Bowed before Griffith. If that doesn't say something, I don't know what does about Griffith's power. You can clearly see that Zod's horn is cut off still after that entire vision when he fought Griffith, when Griffith cut it off in a couple volumes back. And Zod respects that and bows before Griffith. Holy shit. Holy shit. Just, that's scary. Oh my god. Zod bowing before Griffith. Damn. Okay. Moving past that, let's talk about the other aspects of this volume. One thing I want to talk about is the irony that Kentaro did once again in this volume when it comes to religion. What I think Jerome said, I think his name's Jerome, what Jerome said in this volume at the end after the entire daybreak, he says, a lot of irony. The people that believed in God, that ran into the tower to seek refuge, died by their own weight of the tower crumbling upon them. And, the malice killing them. But the people that were not believers and decided to run and flee away from the refuge camp, away from the tower conviction, survived. That irony and that shots. The shots at religion, once again, by Kentaro. Damn. Damn. My god, Kentaro. Seriously, the themes he uses with religion, as always, as I state, it stuns me how someone is willing to dab into something like that. I mean, there's so many people that are not willing to touch those themes because there's so much controversial topics about it. It is damn crazy how Kentaro is willing to risk something like that or even talk about stuff like that. I give the man balls. He's got great fucking cojones balls to talk about religion, even fire shots once again at religion. Damn. Just damn. In the way Guts says to Mozgus, like, stop forcing your god upon me and all that, shut up, and then kills Mozgus. And if there is a god, tell him, you know, like, stop bugging me, stop, you know, messing with me. Just, damn, the dialogue. Oh my god. Shit. Another thing I want to say, too, is that the ending conclusion, it seems like the Kushan, I think that's her name, the Kushan, the army, has came to the Tower of Conviction to hunt down someone. Most likely, from what I can guess, they're hunting down Griffith. They were trying to find Griffith, and the Bakiraka got fucked up by Zod. Zod just came out of this fucking wall, and he's like, wrecked! Just, they were dead. It was just instant, okay? These guys didn't stand a chance. Once again, the Bakiraka proved to be fucking fodder after the first fight with Guts. The Bakiraka just got raped, wrecked, whatever word you want to put to that title. They were dead, as dead can be. Corpses all over the ground. They're just gone. Just the Kushan coming up with this large-ass army at the end is definitely probably going to be some form of hints towards the upcoming arc. I wonder exactly what is next for Berserk, because we have it to where Guts is riding off with Casca at the end of this volume, and he's trying to probably protect her. He's going to take her with his journey. You have it to where Isidro is trying to find him or follow him. And the thing is that you also see, you know, how he just rides off. So I'm curious exactly what's going to happen from this point onward. I mean, is the next upcoming arc going to be wrapped around maybe Guts and Casca trying to live together? And while, you know, they get attacked every night? Because that's going to be kind of fucking ridiculous for Guts to fight. I mean, think about this for a second, okay? They get attacked every night. How is Guts supposed to defend the one person he loves every fucking night? It's going to be pretty freaking hard. And then Isidro at that, too. Along with Puck, if they do catch up. So, yeah, once again, just it's going to be pretty hard on Guts. I'm curious exactly where the path is going to take with the story and what the next arc is going to be about. And I wonder exactly what Griffith is going to do. So, we'll have to see where that goes overall. The next aspect I want to get into is Luca and Nina's development. This is the one topic that's kind of eluded me since I've been reading the Tower of Conviction arc. And after this volume, I kind of got a little bit of a grasp on the overall development of Luca and Nina. Luca as a character, since the first time she was introduced, has been shown as a very selfless, strong-willed person that is very courageous and will actually risk in, you know, sacrifice her life to save the people close to her, like she did in this volume. This final volume of the Tower of Conviction, you see Luca throw Nina into this barrel when the malice black slime is coming in about to kill everybody. You see Luca force Nina into this barrel and locks it and allows her to stay alive at the risk of her possibly not surviving after this night. That selflessness that Luca shows is admirable. I really have a lot of respect for Luca's character, and I'm curious if she's ever going to make another appearance in the story, because the overall development she got, it's complete but not complete. She doesn't have that full grasp of development on her character, because for her to survive this fake eclipse, there has to be more to her than just the foreshadowing of it's harder to protect someone, or harder to be with someone than protect someone. So I wonder exactly what type of role she will play later on in the story, but from what I could see is the differences between Nina and Luca. That's the exact reason why these characters were introduced. You see mainly more development in Nina than Luca. As I've said for the past couple volumes, I absolutely despise Nina. I can't stand her. I really fucking can't stand her character. But in this volume, I kind of understand. She left with the person she technically cares about, the one that turned her in as a witch or tried to kill her a couple volumes back. Well, he returns to her, and you see how they are actually starting to go off on a journey. And you have it to where Nina states, like, if I am with someone strong as you, Luca, I will come to hate you once again, and I'll come to hate myself because of how weak I am. And then you had it to where she actually accepted that she was a coward. And that right there actually shows some form of development in Nina's character. So she's willing to go off on this journey with the person she cares about that is also a coward and pretty much has the exact same weakness as Nina. For instance, will be very jealous of someone strong-willed and stuff like that. So Nina's entire goal at the end of this volume or this arc is to travel with the person and try to become stronger, pretty much, and learn to grow past her weakness. Still, her character development is not full circle yet. So she still hasn't been fully developed. The main thing that you get to grasp from the situation of these two friends is that Luca is the exact opposite of Nina. Luca is courageous, selfless, and will do anything to save people, while Nina will gladly cast anyone aside to save herself because she's a coward. So, I think that's the main representation of Luca and Nina from what I can get from the volume, but most likely they're going to have some form of role later on. If they don't, then I felt like the overall usefulness of them was kind of a little bit pointless towards the end of this, because why would Kentaro introduce characters like that if they were not important later on? Now, moving past this, let's talk about a couple other things. There's a couple of survivors in this volume, the last survivors of the fake eclipse. For one thing, Farnese and Serpico survive. Oh my god, I'm so fucking happy that Serpico survived. He is a bona fide badass. He's the only human character I have seen fight Guts on equal grounds or even force Guts back. Serpico is a badass. I've loved his character since that fight when he had it on the cliff, like the cliff edge with Guts. That shit was fucking amazing. Yeah, I mean, I'm so glad he did not die. I would have been so pissed off if he would have died from this fake eclipse. I'd be like, Kentaro, why are you doing this shit to me? Why are you killing characters I'm starting to like? So, I'm glad. I'm glad Serpico and Farnese survived this ordeal. Even though I'm not a big Farnese fan, she had a little bit of development in this volume with her realization that she never got over that fear she had on that one night when she was a child, and Guts has kind of turned into her prophet, her saint, the person she admires, and the one person she wants to chase after. And actual literal speaking, Guts has become more of like a god to Farnese. Pretty much she looks up to the Black Swordsman, and this person she's been chasing is the one now she's probably come to admire. Now, moving past that, Ozan, I think that's his exact name, the Vice Commander of the Holy See, Ozan survives also. Barely. The fucking gate comes down, and he puts his freaking, metal mace. His metal mace actually supports the rubble above him, and doesn't crush him when the gate falls, and he actually manages to survive through the night. So I'm incredibly happy that he didn't die. I want to say right now, I'm so glad Ozan didn't die either, because I actually like his character a lot too. Even though he hasn't had much of development as some characters, he definitely has some form of backstory to be told, because it's hinted at in this volume that he was once betrayed in battle. And he said, like in his final dialogues, his final panels of this volume, is that to feel this feeling once again, after it's already happened, the feels of being betrayed by your own comrades, pretty much. So this has happened apparently to him before, and this is what drove him to be a part of the Holy See. So, for this little bit of dialogue to be hinted at, there's probably going to be eventually some form of backstory to him, and maybe he might become a major character and overall in the series. But, like I said, I don't know, it's still a mystery to me, just along the lines as, Luca, Nina, even Serpico and Farnese. I don't even know if they're going to have a major role in the story, or even, Jerome. So, tell me your thoughts, honestly. I mean, how do you feel about that, overall? I wanted to talk about one more thing before I end this review. We find out the reason why so much malice has, materialized in the real world is because of the two people with the brand being close to each other, Guts and Casca. And this aspect right now is very strange. So, this entire ordeal with the fake eclipse, pretty much, it wouldn't have happened if Guts and Casca were dead. very, very strange. You gotta think about that in perspective. Like, the overall malice coming out was just abnormal. Punk even said that in this volume, and it's hinted at if it wasn't for Guts and Casca being close to each other, something like this wouldn't have happened. So, this makes me think that this is slight foreshadowing to something very bad in the future, because for two people to brand to be close to each other and cause something like this to happen, something like this might happen again down the road. Future volumes from now, maybe 10 volumes or even 15 volumes from now, it could possibly happen to where something bad is going to happen. But we'll have to see where that path takes. So I want to conclude this manga volume review of Berserk this week. Tell me your thoughts in the comments below, how you felt about this volume. I love you all so much. You have a wonderful day or night wherever you live. See you next week on my next Berserk volume review. Please be safe. Chibi out.